Hello and welcome to Dee Blooms. Today I am showing you my 4 jewel orchids, which some I've had for a while and others are more recent purchases. So I will start the tour with the first one on the left. This is my Cranichis muscosa. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and I got this from Andy's Orchids about a month and a half ago, and it's from Latin America according to the tag. For culture, it likes to stay moist, temperature is warm, intermediate to cool, and it likes shade for the light, and it is semi-deciduous. And I also try to do these little labels. That's my repot label, which I just recently repotted it on 12/12 of 21. This jewel orchid has beautiful bright green leaves. It's one of the things that I fell in love with. It's got some different shadings to that green, darker greens to lighter greens, and I just love that type of variation. When I got it, it had already been starting these flower spikes. So here's a small flower spike still developing, and then there's this one that has been in bloom, or been blooming for a while. Looks like that light's maybe a little too bright. Let me adjust that. You could see the cutest little flowers. I'm gonna get my finger in there so you can see the size of them. Little tiny orchid flowers. And the bottom ones are already spent, so those are done. And now the remaining buds are starting to open, and it'll continue all the way up to the top of it. It is fascinating and beautiful, and I've just been loving it so far. My focus does not seem to be working very well today. I'm trying with a dark background. Let me try to focus in a little more this way. There we go. You can see some of the flowers a little better maybe. So then my next jewel orchid is my Anoectochilus Chapensis. And I bought this through Etsy almost a year ago, and I have been growing it in this little terrarium, and it was doing great, growing new leaves, and then all of a sudden I noticed that it had disconnected from its root system. So I had rotted the poor thing at the base, and that happened, or that discovery was made about 5 months ago, 6 months ago, and I thought for sure I had killed it. But what I did is I cleaned out the rotted root system, and I put the remaining section of the stem into the sphagnum moss. I didn't change the media. The media was still good. Maybe I should have. But anyway, it's a success because it has grown 2 new leaves. It had only 3 when that happened, and it has grown 2 new leaves, and I can see new roots also growing in the pot. One of the reasons I like these terrariums is you can see what's happening down inside of the pot. And it's got the fuzzy roots that most jewel orchids have. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it because it's pretty much the color of the moss, so it's hard to see. But this has just amazing, beautiful leaves that jewel orchids are known for, that kind of lightning bolt, electricity look to them. This one is very velvety. It's just so soft to the touch. But I try not to mess with it too much. It's hard not to pet it, but it's just gorgeous. Try to zoom in a little bit more. My next orchid is my Ludicia Discolor. I got this from Andy's Orchids about 3.5 months ago. And this one, it's called Ludicia, Haemaria, Discolor. I'm not sure if there's a difference with Hemeria, but should mention it. It says it's from Burma, and it's, you water it, keep it moist, temperature intermediate to warm, and it likes shade for its culture. And this one has been doing really well for me. I've got 4 flower spikes that are still developing, and they seem like they're doing great. I can start to see all the flower buds, and the leaves are very healthy. I have not repotted this one since getting it from Andy's. I plan on repotting most likely after the flowers have bloomed. For now, it's happy, it's growing, and that's all I really want for it. Be happy, growing, and I'll try to follow up with a video once the blooms open up. And then my last jewel orchid is this one. It's a Malaxis calophylla aurantiacus. It's from Thailand. This is also purchased from Andy's Orchids about 3.5 months ago. Same time I got the Ludicia Discolor. And this one, the culture is to keep moist, temperature intermediate, and it likes shade. And it's marked as a deciduous orchid. When I purchased this, I didn't realize that. So when the leaves started to go down and shrivel up, as you can see here, it had 2 beautiful leaves, and it was growing this new little leaf right here. So I was thinking, okay, I killed it. This is just not doing well. I think it's just not happy in my care. And so I repotted it, and I put it in a soil mixture with bark and perlite mix, and the leaves just continued to go downhill. And then I started trying to search online, and I found this one article about how some jewel orchids are deciduous, and I just hadn't realized that. Like, I didn't pick up on that at all in other previous readings, that could be. So it prompted me to take a look at the tag again, and I was like, oh, it says deciduous. Okay, so that means it's hopefully doing what it naturally does, and that's it will lose its leaves. And if this is really the type that I read about, it'll grow new growths and new leaves within its growing cycle. I'm not 100% sure the time frame of that, but I'm going to keep a close eye. The little pseudobulb here, or growth, is firm, and I know it has a good root system still because of the recent repot. So I think it's okay, and I'll try to find a picture and post it up on this video so you can see what the beautiful leaves look like. They're like coppery brown, kind of like a milk chocolatey look to them. So I adore this one, and I really hope it's gonna make it. So that is what I have for jewel orchids. Just these 4, and I think I'm doing okay. Time will tell, and if I continue to see successes as we go along here, I will definitely be purchasing more. So hope you all have a good day, and if you like the video, I hope you give it a thumbs up, or if you have any comments, any tips for growing these better, anything you see I might be doing wrong, I would love comments to discuss culture and care. Take care, have a great day.